acting governor of Utah, for his response. So give us your overall assessment of what you just heard a moment ago and what you're hearing from Dems and Republicans across Washington.
Well, the irony of Obama speaking out in any way, as he knows better than a lot of people, is that it polarizes opinion. And he's wading in, I think, because Republican opinion is already pretty well polarized. There's a lot of comfort, a lot of bloating from Republicans. You saw Vice President Vance joke about how Marco Rubio was going to be the new host of Late Night on ABC. There's a lot of possibly hubris circling around Republicans right now, saying this is a moment to use the tools we have to change how the media exists, basically. And this is a long-running project here. If you had to boil it down, the idea is that social media...
To all the men watching around the world, accept Charlie's challenge and embrace true manhood. Be strong and courageous for your families. Love your wives and lead them. Love your children and protect them. Be the spiritual head of your home. But please be a leader worth following. Your wife is not your servant. Your wife is not your employee. Your wife is not your slave. She is your helper. You are not rivals. You are one flesh working together for the glory of God. I was Charlie's confidant. I was his bolt, his closest and most trusted advisor, his best friend. I poured into him and loved him so deeply, empowered him, because his love for me drove me to be a better wife. Every day he honored me, and I prayed that I could be the wife that God needed me to be for my husband. Women, I have a challenge for you too. Be virtuous. Our strength is found in God's design for our role. We are the guardians. We are the encouragers. We are the preservers. Guard your heart. Everything you do flows from it. And if you're a mother, please recognize that is the single most important ministry you have. In our home, because Charlie traveled a lot, we tried to travel with him where we could. But I made sure that when Charlie returned from work, it was his sacred landing place, away from the worries of the world.
Hey, XZ.
I didn't make him feel guilty for being away too long or too much, or getting home too late. I always told him, home is here for you, and it'll be ready for you. And I made it into this place where he wanted to be as soon as possible when he was on the road.
Yeah.
There was no keeping score between us. We were a team.
Kicking my butt. I got to meet a buddy for something real quick, and then I'm probably going to do some door dashing, Saturday evening door dashing. So I'm just running out here real quick.
Except for him.
Okay.
And I knew Charlie would always do his best to help me with the same. My marriage with Charlie was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I know it was the best thing that ever happened to him as well. He wanted everyone to experience that joy. And that's what's so beautiful about God's design for marriage, is that everyone can. And I could talk endlessly about it, and years to come I will.
It's his wife talking now. JD
But
Vance just
Charlie's
spoke.
mission above all was aimed directly at those who aren't married. He named his organization well. He knew things were not right with America, and especially with young people, and they needed a new direction. Charlie passionately wanted to reach and save the lost boys of the West.
And we've had a few.
The young men.
Nothing bad yet, though.
No direction, no purpose, no faith.
Yeah, the worst of it we've missed.
The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate.
Yeah.
Charlie wanted to help them. He wanted them to have a home with Turning Point USA. And when he went onto campus, he was looking to show them a better path and a better life that was right there for the taking. He wanted to show them that. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life. That young man on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him.
What part of Ohio are they in? I haven't been watching much of Ryan Hall.
I forgive him because it was
He dropped a few of his own political views a couple months ago and pissed me off.
The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us. The world needs Turning Point USA. It needs a group that will point young people away from the path of misery and sin. It needs something that will lead people away from hell in this world and in the next. It needs young people pointed in the direction of truth and beauty. And so I promise you today, every part of our work will become greater. I am tremendously honored to be the new CEO of Turning Point USA. I do not take that lightly. Charlie and I were united in purpose. His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission. Everything that Turning Point USA built through Charlie's vision and hard work we will make 10 times greater through the power of his memory. Chapters will grow, thousands of new ones will be created. TPUSA Faith will add thousands of new pastors and congregations. And yes, campus events will continue. And we will continue to hold debates and dialogue. The First Amendment of our Constitution is the most human amendment. We are naturally talking beings, naturally believing beings. And the First Amendment protects our right to do both. No assassin will ever stop us from standing up to defend those rights, ever. Because when you stop the conversation, when you stop the dialogue, this is what happens. When we lose the ability and the willingness to communicate, we get violence. And as I stand here now and look at this beautiful photo of my husband in front of me, hanging in the stadium, I think of my husband 13 years ago. I hadn't met him yet. He was 18 years old, a man barely out of high school, running around the halls of the RNC without $1 in his pocket and a single contact in his phone. People who saw him said that he didn't know what he was doing, but he did. He did know what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was going to change the world.
Yeah, your kicker or your quarterback's still playing.
Charlie's
You're
life
beating me.
was a turning point for this country. It was a miracle.
Oh, Nix.
Let that miracle, so as Charlie's life, be your turning point as well. Choose prayer.
Keeping you ahead of me, that's for sure.
Choose courage. Choose beauty. Choose adventure. Choose family. Choose a life of faith. Most importantly, choose Christ. I love you, Charlie baby. And I will make you proud. God bless you all. God bless America.
And there goes one of the strongest women I have ever seen. That's Erica Kirk, now the CEO of Turning Point, and of course, the widow of Charlie Kirk. Unbelievable. I'm Mary Walter. You are listening to a SiriusXM special report remembering Charlie Kirk. And we now await the President of the United States, Donald Trump, who should speak next. Please welcome to the stage the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again. Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today. Where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
You're doing fine. He said, I wouldn't let you have a player that isn't active play against me. That's not how I do it. I'd rather lose.
The men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. For America, for Charlie Kirk. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit to Houston, over New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American. Over in these I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who
Hey, Mitty.
gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her till today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American. Where at least
Wow.
I know I'm free.
Assholes on my fucking bumper.
Don't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
Hey, Mitty.
God bless
I appreciate you hopping over.
the USA.
It's gonna be a short one, but then I'm gonna grab a bite to eat, and then we'll do a longer one. I'm gonna do some dashing and scanning. Well, I hate emojis. They love emojis. You got good emojis on Rumble.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Lee. You've been there from the beginning with us, and we appreciate it. Nobody can sing that song like Lee Greenwood. Thank you very much, Lee, very much for being there. And his voice has not changed, you know? Pretty amazing. And a special thank you to Erica, because today America is a nation in grief, a nation in shock, and a nation in mourning. Less than 2 weeks ago, our country was robbed of one of the brightest lights of our times, a giant of his generation, and above all, a devoted husband, father, son, Christian, and patriot. Charles James Kirk was heinously murdered by a radicalized, cold-blooded monster.
You did?
For speaking the truth.
In the chat or in a different chat?
Was in his heart. He was violently killed because he spoke for freedom and justice, for God, country, for reason, and for common sense. He was assassinated because he lived bravely, he lived boldly,
and he argued brilliantly without apology. He did what was right for our nation. And so on that terrible day, September 10th, 2025, our greatest evangelist for American liberty became immortal. He's a martyr now for American freedom. I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk, and neither now will history. Because while Charlie has been reunited with his Creator in heaven, his voice on earth will echo through the generations, and his name will live forever in the eternal chronicle of America's greatest patriots. He will live forever. To Charlie's.
It sounds like he's got his own issues then.
And beautiful widow Erica.
We all know who you are.
We know the weight of this monumental loss is almost unbearable. But even in the midst of heartache, pain,
yeah, he goes through periods where he's like crazy.
Fathom, you have somehow found the strength and deep faith to be a comfort to millions and millions of people.
Even Bao gets tired of his shit sometimes.
Much, Erica. Thank you very much.
Good.
Today, an entire nation wraps its loving arms around you and beautiful children.
Nothing
We
special.
share in your immense and
everybody needs to be put in place once in a while.
That we will do everything we can to ensure that your children grow up in a land where their father is honored and revered as.
Yeah, he talks shit on everybody.
That's what he is. To Charlie's parents who lost their beloved son, and to the entire.
He's doing it for the reaction, for the.
No words can ever be enough to fill the void he leaves behind.
For the media.
That's a void that just can't be filled. But I hope the extraordinary outpouring of emotion over these past 11 days has comforted you with the knowledge that your son brought more good and love into this world in his 31 short years than most people, even very successful people.
It'll be that way.
In a lifetime. Charlie Kirk loved America with everything he had. And as we can see so clearly today, America loves Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, well, that's not really going to affect him, though. He doesn't care about that shit. But I understand why you would do it.
And he could always draw a big crowd. Look at this today. Look at what's gone on. This is a big crowd.
All right, guys, I will be back. Like I said, this was just for the trip up here. I'm going to grab a bite to eat, maybe a beer, and then I'm going to do some more dashing.
House of Representatives, Mike Johnson. We have countless members of the United States Senate, and I'm sorry I'm not going to introduce you, but I'll be up here. They're all over the place. And likewise,
love you guys.
The House of Representatives.
We'll pick this up later.
This big stadium. This is not an arena. This is a stadium.
Well,
a great cabinet, and
you choosing to react means you were affected. So but that's fine. It's cool.
Rafters of people.
Yeah, I'll be safe. I'll be on later if you guys want to hang out.
Across the street.
I'm trying to catch some of these Sunday night ones. We'll see. But I'm hungry, so I'm gonna grab a bite to eat first.
Us on screen right now.